Oh, what's up, homosexuals? Come pop a squatty with me. I had a pretty good day. It was pretty goddamn decent, if I don't say so myself. As I've told you guys several times now, I am starting the new job, 12-hour night shifts, and the psych ward. And I gotta be honest, I couldn't love it more. I really thought that I was gonna have an extremely difficult time getting used to the scheduling, the environment, what was happening. But it's so wonderful when you want to do something that bad for the sake of your own passions, but you don't know if it's going to be what you actually want to do or if it'll actually align with your passions till you get there. But dude, day one, I was vibing. I was having a great time. It was awesome to meet a bunch of new people, similar interests, and just all around get to have something that keeps me functional and productive for the sake of the things that I want to just continue to grow through myself, you know? And last night, I got in at 6:30 p.m. and I did not get home until 8 a.m. And believe it or not, I wasn't even really tired. Of course, my body eventually passed out when I got home and touched my bed. But like leaving the hospital and just doing my thing, I wasn't tired whatsoever. And I think that has a lot to do with just the fact of feeling like you've given yourself the option to be in the circumstance that you're in. You know, I say it a good bit, but there's not, I feel like there's not enough of this mindset going around where, yeah, sure, a lot of jobs can be obligational. They got to meet your needs. You need enough money to get the food, water, shelter locked down, no matter what, and whatever extracurriculars you want to do. But to the bare bones of it, even if I didn't get this job or I was doing some other job that was at a restaurant or something, whatever, you got to recognize that it is truly your choice to the very end. You know, you can't just blame whatever circumstance you were put into the world with, because then you're just not going to enjoy what life you got. And dude, we're lucky to be conscious, you know? And trust me, being in the psych ward, I'm not going to get specific, but I am thankful that my consciousness is quote unquote normal or usual, average, whatever you want to call it. I got a functional brain that can properly discern morals and ethics. And some people just don't have that brain, you know, like genetically, literally, they are born that way to where they don't have control over their own life. And to those people, I'm like, yeah, you know, you can, like, I hope that you can get a positive mindset, but I don't blame you if you don't, you know? So if you're here and we got functional brains with, you know, a proper frontal lobe doing its job and giving you enough logic to go through your daily life without freaking out, then yeah, I'd be pretty goddamn grateful right now about the things you got. You really can't overthink too much about what situation you think you're stuck in, because it also goes even deeper with saying the word stuck, you know? Every time you put on that negative connotation, of course, you're going to think about it negatively. You know, it seems so obvious, but a lot of people will just think that that's normal to feel negatively about whatever they're doing. And God damn it, if you are not enjoying yourself, quit. Do something else. I get it. Money sucks, and there's a lot of bills, and you got to take care of people or yourself, whatever. But you got to look into your long-term enjoyment in life. Because I don't give a shit who you are. You cannot sit here and tell me that you will be very happy by the end of your life if you just suck ass and do the jobs that you hate and just try to get money your entire life without doing anything else. You know, nobody ends up truly happy by the end of that. You got to at least enjoy or, you know, put in the passion needed to make that obligational environment passionate. You know, you can make any situation positive. We go over this a lot, guys. The what ifs are a horrible game to play. You can't just sit here and say, what if this, what if that? It's, at least I have this, you know, and that, whatever. Because, yeah, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it sucks that you didn't get to be a nurse, or it sucks that you don't get to be a therapist yet. It sucks you're not in your master's degree. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, man. I am grateful and happy to be where I'm at. Because I don't care if I'm at a so-called lower position, or if some people even see it as non-important, whatever, especially with the gym or whatever hobbies you got that don't bring monetary value. A lot of people just say, oh, it's a waste of fucking time. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to sit here and overthink what I love to do, man. Truly. You got to have faith in the efforts you're putting in, every single day. And not just for the sake of, blind ignorance. It's not about that. It's all, people always say it's going to get better. You got to give it time. That's the quote. It will get better. Just give it time. And, to a sense, yeah. But people don't ever include the fact that you got to be productive and positive and passionate with the time that you spend growing. You can't just sit in your room, stare at a wall for a year and be like, oh, I'm actually the best I've ever been. I'm on top of the world. I waited. What a fucking waste. You never want to just sit there and wait, man. Like, the opportunities are going to fly, because it's not the fact that you'll miss that opportunity if you wait around. Opportunities always come, and you'll get less if you wait around, but they'll always come. But it's the fact that if you aren't putting in your best 100% effort every single day to be passionate, productive, and just enjoying what you're doing at the very minimum, then when that opportunity comes up, like with me in this hospital job that I had no experience for, but is great for my degree, and it's really hard to get a job for your degree nowadays. It's really hard. I kept doing my best, man, and it stacked up, and we got there. It accumulates. Seriously, you can't just make all the complexities of other people's lives make your own life more complex than it needs to be. Life is not that fucking crazy. It's crazy because humans said it was crazy. It is, I don't mean to be that guy, but it is literally a social construct that life is supposed to be hard and you're supposed to struggle. Sure, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's life. But, dude, doesn't mean you have to sit there and hate yourself or hate what you're doing or be the stubborn one to say that you deserve more and it's not fair that you got put in this situation. Nobody got what they wanted. Everybody just got thrown into the world, and we're like, well, shit, we might as well make the fucking most of it. That's at least the way I like to look at it. Before I get too fucking off topic, man, I'm a passionate boy today. I had so much fun at the hospital, and it felt like second nature, man. When you truly love what you're doing and just doing your best every single goddamn day, it took a while to find the job. It was stressful. It was hard. I was going through my injuries of my body. But we got there, we get there. Again, I didn't just sit around and wait, but over time, as I put in the effort every single day, God damn it, it stacked on top of itself and made me the highest potential person I wanted to become, Not just for the sake of doing it just to do it, but I wanted to be here, man. But physically, it was a little back and forth today. I was a little tired. Again, I worked for 13 hours actually, but I felt way better than I thought I would. So I'll give it an 8.1. That feels pretty decent, the power snatches honestly were not working with me originally, and I was trying to sit there and think about it, and like with all this other shit with jobs or whatever you're trying to do in life, I was sitting there overthinking it because I had the smallest little fucking hiccup where the bone growth in my left hand started feeling a little weird. Because it happens if I don't. It's mainly just on power snatch. Other things don't really hit it that hard. But, if I had that little bit of a twinge, my brain's like, oh, shit. Now you got to be scared of everything. And it makes you overthink. And it makes you think about trying new things when you might not need to. When, maybe instead of having to try new things, it might just be a matter of trying a new mindset, just a different way of looking at it, of like, okay, well, let's see what I can do right now. And the first couple sets I was not happy with, it kept feeling a little off. And it was hard to lock out as hard as I wanted to, because I kept thinking about what about my form was incorrect or could be improved so that I could do better. And the more sets I did, I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let's not overthink life, Let's not overthink it for a fucking 5-second period. And because I've done this for years, man. I know it works. I know what my body is used to and what is supposed to work. Changing my grip around or how I grip or how I pose, like, it's not going to make the world's fucking difference in one session, especially when I've got a technique that has worked. So let's just see if I can at least give it 100% on these. I think on the last 2 working sets, they started feeling a lot better. Maybe the last 3. But it's funny because everybody's always like, oh, lay back a bit, let it heal up and whatever. And when you got a bone growth like I do, it's never going to go away. It is always going to feel a little sore or a little weird, whatever, because it's in the way. And it's imbalancing my body I can't affect it, unless I either grow another bone growth or I cut it out. But that's like a year of recovery, and I'm not doing that shit, But I was like, okay, not in an ego way, but in the sense of I'm just going to throw it as hard as my body will allow me to, not as hard as I can, but as hard as my body will allow me to, so that when I get there, I can lock out as hard as physically possible without overdoing it. You want to always meet in that middle ground that your body allows you to do. I'm going to say it 3 fucking times. Do it your body allows. Listen to your body. It will tell you what feels shitty. And so I locked in, as we do, and I locked my elbows and my wrist out as tight and as firm as humanly possible after getting a nice vertical pull, and the pain started going away. I'm sitting there and I'm like, motherfucker, dude. I just had to, I had to have that little bit of faith in the effort that I put in along the way, because you will overthink shit so goddamn easily, man. It's inevitable. It happens. But man, I swear to God, like, this was what was happening when I hurt my knee. And we can talk about squats now, just because this is a good example. I kept feeling like my squat may have been just slightly off because, first of all, I don't like having a mirror in front of me when I squat. I think it's horseshit that they do that because it makes you look down sometimes, or it might make you look at yourself in the eyes and then you get a little bit unbalanced. I don't have that issue anymore. But sometimes when I'm overthinking, like I did today, it can lead to other things stacking on top of themselves. And, the more you ignore those little negative signs without trying your best, they're going to stack up and fuck you up just as much as all the other shit that you try to do positively. So some of the sets, like, they all felt good. I felt strong. I'm still getting used to the full range of motion squats. These are the first acid grass full range of motion squats that I've done for pause reps on the normal program in a while. So it's going to take some getting used to. My core's, not as strong as it was, but it's getting there, which is great. But I kept feeling like my footing might have been a little bit off. And the more I thought about it, the more my footing became more imbalanced. It's always good to analyze to a point. You want to give yourself that credibility and that faith that you know what you're doing. You've been doing it for a while. It's not like you're stupid and you just magically don't know what you're doing anymore just because you feel a little bit off on one day. You kind of just got to pick up the bar and just go where your body wants you to go sometimes. You got to stop overthinking and just go where the body tells you to. Because once you have so much experience and you know proper technique, like I do, like I've been doing it for so long, I know the technique. It's not that I don't know it on days like today where I'm overthinking it or it just feels a little off. It's simply just a matter of getting into the barbell and doing what feels at 100% natural for my body, So I can't keep thinking about how many steps am I taking on the walkout, how far back am I taking that step, how shaky am I, how tight is my core, whatever. Just turn your brain off for a fucking second, Just pick it up and do it. One of the best things I've ever seen, I love this comment of somebody was asking, like, oh, should I be worried about this, or like my body seems a bit imbalanced in this way, kind of like with me and my hand and me and my knee. And the first fucking comment is, nobody is symmetrical. Pick up the bar and lift it. And I could not agree more. Again, make sure you have the technique down. That is paramount. But if you got technique, some days are not going to feel like the other days, There's always going to be things that you can do to strengthen those parts that don't feel as good, but you can't do it in the moment. You're not going to get magically at 100% right now, So just enjoy what you're doing, like with anything in life, with jobs, like with me at the hospital. Just, even if it feels a little bit obligational in the moment, just turn your brain off. Turn the logic off and just allow yourself to feel it out, Or more than that, not even just turn off the logic, because you still, I mean more so just allow yourself to just do what you know to do best, you know? And that is to be passionate. Everybody knows how to be passionate the best because it's so natural when you let it actually fucking happen. Enough of that. Just to end it off because I went on way too long. Mentally, I'm feeling great, you know? I am very proud of myself. It's great to feel like a normal, productive human for what my standards are and not just other people's, with the job and everything else. And the gym's been feeling so much better and I can squat again. So we're on the way up, you know? I'm feeling good. So I'll give it an 8.6. It was a good day. It was a good goddamn day. Because I'm proud, you know? I'm not wavering anymore. And I you know, I'm always going to be able to sit there and commit. I'm always going to be able to try to steel my resolve. But being able to just go through the day and feel no doubt in what you're trying to do, just solely because you're doing your best. You're doing what you're passionate about, and you have faith in the fact that you don't got to overthink it. You already know what you're doing. Put in your best effort. You're not going to learn everything in a day. So just enjoy what you got, you know? Your body will tell you if it feels like shit, and then you chill out a little bit. But I felt great, you know? When I stopped just overthinking it and overanalyzing it, I got in the bar, just picked that shit up, had fun, did whatever the fuck I wanted to, you know? It's gonna feel different sometimes. Embrace it. Do 100% of whatever that different kind of day feels like, so that when you feel it 100%, you can kill it twice as hard. But anyway, gone on long enough. Appreciate you guys hanging out. You know I love fucking shooting the shit with you. I had a lot to say. I know it's been I was gone 2 days because it was anniversary time, and so I appreciate you all coming back and hanging out as we do. And either way, I'll be back tomorrow. You know I will. I'm always going to come back. I got pause, clean and jerk, and bench press tomorrow. So that'll be a fucking day. That'll be an experience. So you'll see it. We will continue getting bigger and better and stronger. That's what I'm about, man. It's all the passion, all the productivity. I don't give a shit what weight I put up. I'm just going to keep doing it. God damn it. So do your shit. Let me know how y'all are doing. I love hearing about it. And I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. See ya.